Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this from. Obviously, this is obviously the day after. The day after, obviously, the biggest fight they had in boxing, and Oleksandr Usyk, congratulations, Oleksandr, becoming the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. And it's well deserved. It was well deserved, people. It was well deserved. I said my prediction was Usyk on points as well. Was Usyk on points. I said I just thought it would be too good for Tyson Fury, and it proved to be the case. It proved to be the case, in my opinion. He was too good for Tyson Fury. I don't think. I think it's an actual disgrace that it was a split decision, in my opinion. Whoever gave it to Fury whoever stored it in Fury's favour needs to sack him. But it was the WBC judge. What do you expect? What do you expect? The WBC wants to protect Tyson Fury again. And that's the WBC for you, corrupt as anything. And they tried to rob Alexander Usyk. They tried to rob him. It wasn't a close fight. I'm sorry, it wasn't. It wasn't a close fight. Alexander Usyk, for me, won it 9-3. If I was being nice, 8-4, in my opinion. Alexander Usyk, for me, won the first 3 rounds. Started quickly, didn't they? Won the first 3 rounds. I think we saw the best of Usyk in the second half of the fight, personally, but Usyk did win the first 3 rounds. Then Tyson Fury, for me, I'll give Tyson Fury rounds 4 to 6, definitely. Tyson Fury came into it rounds 4, rounds 5, and round 6. You know what? I'll give Fury the final round as well. But it was just too late for him. He knew it was too late for him, and Fury knew he needed a stoppage by then. And Usyk, for me, was just too sick for Fury. And I mean, Fury's best rounds were rounds 4 to 6, in my opinion. Were rounds 4 to 6 for me. And Usyk, and Alexander Usyk did a madness in round 9, didn't they? Did madness in round 9, proper onslaught on Tyson Fury. And I was jumping up. You know what, people? I was cheering for Usyk. I was cheering for Usyk because the way Tyson Fury's been behaving for this past year, messing the heavyweight division around, it's been an absolute disgrace, in my opinion. And this is a proper fighting man. And I will call out Tyson Fury fanboys because they always have dildos up the backside of Tyson Fury. This man here, proper fighting man. And by the way, Usyk doesn't need to take a rematch now. He doesn't need to take a rematch. I think Usyk should just retire now, in my opinion. People will say, oh, he's a pussy, he doesn't want a rematch. Well, I don't think he needs to rematch Usyk. And by the way, Usyk doesn't care about money either. He chases legacy. And Alexander Usyk is the best heavyweight of this generation. I thought he was anyways, personally. Because Alexander Usyk had to move up a weight division as well. Undisputed at cruiserweight and now undisputed at heavyweight. And I think Jens Lewis was undisputed cruiserweight as well. So I'm shocked if Usyk didn't carry all the belts on, to be fair. I mean, hasn't he got 8 belts now? Yeah, I mean, 4 of them are made by Saudi or something, aren't they? And the other 4 are natural WBA, WBO, IBF, and WBC. But obviously, he will be stripped now. Usyk will be stripped the IBF belt, which is why the rematch for me doesn't really matter now to Usyk. Doesn't really matter if Fury wins the rematch, because at the end of the day, Usyk has won the fight that mattered in terms of undisputed. By the time Fury and Usyk fight again, if they do fight, it will only be a unification. It will only be a unification fight, and Fury will still not yet be an undisputed champion. So yeah, Usyk can just say, you know what, it's a win-win for me now. He will say it's a win-win for me. And for me, it's interesting because we saw John Fury, didn't we, in Tyson Fury's corner. Did that have an effect on Tyson Fury's performance? Because apparently John Fury is saying to Tyson Fury, every round, you're winning, you're winning, you're winning. But Sutter Hill, to me, didn't look happy. Sutter Hill didn't look happy to me. There was one time where in one corner where when they were in the tournament after an end of, I don't know which round it was, but Sutter Hill was proper shouting in Tyson Fury's face. And he's right. I think he's right because I think Tyson Fury. For me, I just think Usyk had Fury's number. Usyk had Fury's number for me. Usyk is too good. He's too good for Fury. That's what I put it down to. I wouldn't say Fury was bad, but Fury was easy hit, wasn't he? He was easy hit, but to be fair, Fury has been easy to hit. Let's be real. And for me, there was one controversial moment where the referee stepped in when Usyk was on the onslaught in round 9. If the referee didn't step in, I say if that was the other way around, yes, say if Fury was on the onslaught on Usyk, that fight would be stopped. He will wave that fight off. It's because it's Tyson Fury. That's what it is. It's because it's Tyson Fury. So Usyk was probably robbed of a stoppage, in my opinion. So Usyk has technically still been robbed, but he hasn't been robbed of the win. Thank God for that. He hasn't been robbed of the win, but he was robbed of being. He was robbed of a unanimous decision win. There's no way it should have went to a split decision. Absolutely no chance. That's a chalk, in my opinion. I think the whole scorecards were a chalk, in my opinion. Usyk won it clearly, people. He won it clearly. Absolute brilliant boxer, Usyk. Unbelievable boxer. Look what he's achieved already. Look what he has to. Look what he had to go through in terms of his country as well, being at war, defending his country as well. I'm happy for him. Honestly, I'm happy for him. I think he deserves it. In my opinion. Proper fighting man. Jason Yedesy. And there was obviously arguments. There's arguments now who's pound for pound number 1. And you have to say Usyk. Now, obviously, we've got Noah Inoni and Terence Crawford. But yeah, I think it's Arsenal rooted by Kian Mayo, isn't it? Who's pound for pound number 1, in my opinion. With Inoni a close second, in my opinion. So yeah, I was happy for Usyk. But yeah, the English media, once again, should be ashamed of themselves. They were more interested in interviewing Tyson Fury than the bloody champion. Fucking disgrace, honestly. Absolute disgrace. And Tyson Fury's comments. I mean, Tyson Fury gave respect before his interview, didn't he? To Usyk. But that's Tyson Fury for you. He is bipolar, isn't he? He is bipolar. You just don't know what Fury done that. And then Tyson Fury afterwards, well, apparently he's apologised for it, but Tyson Fury said, did David Usyk the decision because of the war? One absolute disgraceful comment that is. Fucking hell. This is why I mostly dislike Fury, to be honest. The whole Fury family. I don't like them personally. I don't like them. Tyson Fury, he is a great boxer, but he knew he didn't beat Usyk. He knew he didn't beat Usyk, and he knew Usyk was too good for him. And also, not just that, I actually think AJ knocked Fury out, in my opinion. And by the way, Tyson Fury got dropped by a soft puncher, as he calls him. Usyk's not a big puncher, by the way. he's more of a volume punter, isn't he? More of a volume punter. I think Usyk's relentless punting top Fury, in my opinion. A more powerful punt, yesterday, AJ. I think AJ stopped Fury, in my opinion. And I've always said it, Fury is nowhere near the best heavyweight in the world. No chance. I wouldn't even say AJ is either, to be fair. I wouldn't even say AJ is either. This is the best heavyweight in the world, in Oleksandr Usyk. And the criticism as well, when he moved up, he's too small for heavyweight. But, he's too small for heavyweight. Well, Opetaia, I think Opetaia is probably the next coming of Oleksandr Usyk, in my opinion. Once he dominates at cruiserweight and Undisputed, he'll be a heavyweight as well, Opetaia. So, but big massive congratulations to Oleksandr Usyk. What next? You know what? I won't be shocked if he retires, Usyk. I don't think he will retire. Usyk won't retire, but it don't matter now. It don't matter for Usyk now. Even if he does get beat in his next fight, he's competed it. He has competed boxing. Usyk, he's won. He's undisputed cruiserweight and now undisputed heavyweight. So it don't matter if he uses the rematch. Yes, it doesn't matter. And he puts all the pressure on Fury, I say, to win the rematch. All the pressure will still be on Fury to win the rematch. And if I'm Usyk, I'm retiring personally. I'm retiring. I don't need to have the rematch personally. He don't need to have the rematch. He outclassed Tyson Fury, let's be real, and he won that fight easy. Why does there need to be a rematch? It makes no sense. So it don't matter now. Usyk, even if he does use the rematch, he still will be the best heavyweight in the world. Simple as that. Because let's be real, he's now undisputed at heavyweight, which is what AJ hasn't done, which is what Tyson Fury hasn't done. So obviously the Fury team, the Fury promoter, yeah, they were saying it's a robbery. Blah 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 blah. Dodo Prittop Van Warren is saying Fury won it by a couple of rounds. Shut up, honestly, don't. Absolute sure. Even Eddie Earn said it at bet. I think Eddie Earn had it close as well. What are these people watching? Honestly, it's too many. Well, there's too many UK people at the fight. That's why they said it was close. It wasn't close. No chance. Usyk won it easy. For me. My scorecard was 8-4 to Oleksandr Usyk. Usyk won 8 rounds, Fury won 4 rounds. He won the rounds from round 4 to 6, and he won the final round. So, but again, massive congratulations to Oleksandr Usyk, who becomes undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, the best heavyweight boxer of this generation, as well. And I think we all should be happy for Usyk. I think I'm going to say it right now, it's a win for boxing. It is a win for boxing. A proper fighting man, a proper boxer. This is a proper fighting man. The man who cares about legacy, unlike Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury only cares about money, let's be real. Only cares about money. This is why I respect Usyk more. This is why I like Usyk from the heavyweight division. This is why I like Usyk. Proper fighting man. And by the way, I was actually crying with joy for him when he got the decision. Because he fucking deserves it. He deserves it. Sorry for swearing, but he fucking deserves it, in my opinion. And it just shows, doesn't it? The mind games didn't really get to Usyk before the fight, the build up and all that. And Tyson Fury calling him Dosser and all that, putting his head towards his head and all that. Didn't affect Usyk. It was never going to affect Usyk, because that's Usyk for you. He doesn't care. It don't let anything affect him. And his walk-on was ice cold. Usyk's walk-on was ice cold. He's like a James Bond for him, isn't he? Like a James Bond for him. That's what I love about Usyk, man. Fucking the best heavyweight in the world. I said it for quite a few years now, couple of years. And he deserved it. He is undisputed heavyweight champion of the world and won that fight by a clear margin and easy, in my opinion. Now, up next then, we saw onto the rest of the card. Now we saw Opetaia outpoint Mauris Paredes to retain the IBF belt and obviously retain his win by the same cruiserweight belt as well. And for me, the first 9 rounds, was all one-way traffic from Opetaia, all one-way traffic from Opetaia. It was a comfortable win. It was a comfortable win until the final 3 rounds. In the final 3 rounds, Paredes won the final 3 rounds, in my opinion. Paredes won the final 3 rounds and proper play on him, on Opetaia as well. But for me, Opetaia still won that fight 9-3, in my opinion, on my scorecard. And Opetaia just showed the levels for me, that he is levels above everyone in this division, in the cruiserweight division. I bet I do say that the heavyweight division just levels above everyone, in my opinion. Same with Opetaia, levels above everyone in the cruiserweight division. And Paredes, it's interesting with Paredes because he's been talking about retirement. He was talking about retirement before the fight. And I tell you what, looking at that fight, I don't think Paredes should retire. I think he will still be a top operator for anyone that is not Opetaia. And look at the final 3 rounds of the fight. Then Opetaia even caused Opetaia problems as well. So let's be real. Paredes is still do it. So I don't think Paredes should retire, in my opinion. I don't think he should. I think he still do it. But as for Opetaia, what next for him? I think he's on a he'll want to be undisputed cruiserweight, and the undisputed mission starts here. And Opetaia is so good, man. He's so good. Too good for everyone. He's in his own postcode compared to everyone else in the cruiserweight division. He will smoke with Safar and Chris Smith. He will smoke either of them, in my opinion, because he's too good. And Paredes, by the way, probably Paredes is the only one who can give Opetaia a tough night, in my opinion, at the cruiserweight. He's done it in 2 fights now, hasn't he, Paredes? Obviously, second fight was more comfortable for Opetaia. But first fight was fucking... I think Opetaia broke his jaw, didn't he? Broke his own jaw, so yeah, I think it's only done with Paredes for me, who's going to be the tougher opponent Opetaia's had, in my opinion. So up next then, we saw a shock, didn't we? We saw Anthony Katatse stop Cordina inside 8 rounds to win the IBF World Super Featherweight title and retain his IBO World Super Featherweight belt. Stopping Cordina inside 8 rounds. And to be fair, I said in my preview, didn't I? I did say in my preview that Katatse, he is quite a tricky fighter. He can switch. He's more of a switch fighter. He can box on the outside. But most of this fight, but in this fight, he was boxing on the inside, wasn't he? And his aggressiveness, and he was too strong. He was too strong for Cordina. Cordina just couldn't cope with it. Couldn't cope with Katatse's physicality and aggressiveness. And Katatse, fair play to the referee. I think that was the right decision to wake off the fight. Because I never seen Cordina so easy hit. Cordina's more of bottom the outside, isn't he? More on bottom the outside fighter and boxer. And to me, it was a bad night at the office for Cordina for me. I thought Cordina won the first couple of rounds. Then Katatse had probably the try after that for me. So yeah, bit of a shock result, but fair play to Katatse. And now, the IBF manager is Eduardo Nunes, of course, So imagine that fight, Katatse against Nunes, an absolute barnstormer. absolute barnstorm for me. What next for Cordina? For me, I think he needs to move back up to lightweight. Apparently, he did start off in lightweight, didn't he? So I think probably the lightweight is probably the move to make for Cordina, because I just think he would. The only fights he's not probably yet for super featherweight is probably Yi Wood and Safar, which is probably more. Yi Wood would be an interesting fight, wouldn't it? I think that's a true 50-50 for me. But I would favour Yi Wood in that fight. But Safar, I think that's probably a good fight for Cordina, because they're both like to bots. Both of them are boxers, aren't they? And they have to bot on the outside. So maybe that fight, who knows? But yeah, fair play to Anthony Canate. Probably one of the shock results. Actually, probably was the shock result on the card, in my opinion. So up next, then we saw he's done it again. Agit Kabayel has done it again. He stopped and Agit Kabayel stopped, dominates, and pressed Juan Sanchez down inside 7 rounds. Where obviously we saw Juan Sanchez have a bit of a bandage on his knee, which probably had an effect. It's probably had an effect on his performance, because Juan Sanchez, he is quite a good mover, isn't he? A good boxer as well, Juan Sanchez. But I think I only gave Juan Sanchez the first round. I think I only gave him the first round, to be fair. And I think Kabayel, I tell you what, Kabayel, I love his German knuckle style fighting, where he's so accurate as well. He's so accurate, Kabayel. He's accurate to the body as well, and accurate to the face of Juan Sanchez as well. And Kabayel deservedly won this fight, and yeah, it was dominating from Kabayel. And this is what I wanted from Kabayel, because I didn't want the win against Azenbek Mahmudov to be a one-fight wonder for Kabayel. So I'm happy he backed it up, and I tell you what, he could be a body man for the heavyweight division. I'm telling you right now. And who next? What's next for Kabayel? For me, I really like the Joseph Parker fight. I really like that fight, Parker versus Kabayel. I really like that fight. Joseph Parker, he don't care, does he? He ain't scared of anyone, Joseph Parker. So he'll be happy. He'll take that fight all day on. So, but yeah, Juan Sanchez. One defeat doesn't make Juan Sanchez. One defeat doesn't make the boxer for me. So, yes, be real. Yes, be real now. Juan Sanchez, an easy comeback. He just needs to fix that knee, in my opinion. Juan Sanchez, I think he's still a good boxer. Juan Sanchez just needs to fix that knee, which had a huge effect on him, in my opinion. Up next, then, we saw Turkey's favourite fighter, Mark Chamberlain. The Thunder Chamberlain strikes for half down in the first round. I hope you all like that. Obviously, Mark Chamberlain's boxing nickname is the Thunder. I hope you all like that. Strikes Joshua Wahab down in the first round. And this is Joshua Wahab, by the way, who's not been knocked down, by the way. Who's never been knocked down. But you do have to say, well, it's probably, let's be real, look at the opponents he has faced in terms of Joshua Wahab's resume. And but back-to-back knockout victories from our champion. Obviously stopped Davin Quinn, of course, as well. I want this Mark Champion versus Sam North fight right now. I want it right now. That's the fight to make next for me. A cracking fight to have. It's a cracking fight to have. A cracking British fight to have. That's the fight to make next. I've been calling it for 1 year now. So yes, make that fight. Mark Champion versus Sam North. Up next, then, we saw Robin Safar dominate and outpoint Sergey Kovalev for the whole. But the whole fight was all one-way traffic in Safar's favour. Safar, yes, we will. It really showed. Sergey Kovalev really showed his age. 41 years old, trying to hand in there. Sergey Kovalev really trying to hand on in there, and Safar was the underfighter. I did say Safar would win on points. I thought it would be more of a closer fight, tougher fight for him because of the name of Sergey Kovalev. But Safar, it's a statement win for him. No matter what age Kovalev is. It's a brilliant name for Safar to have on his resume as well. A great boxing performance from Safar. Won all 12 rounds, in my opinion. Won all 12 rounds. And what next for Safar? For me, what's next for Safar for me is there's a lot of options for me for Safar. There's a lot of options he could fight. He could fight Predit. He could fight Dorman. He could fight what the other options on top of my head. I think I said Dorman. Predit. Who else? He could fight Solo. He could fight Jordan Thompson. He could fight any of them. I think he needs to take that step up now. I mean, now, Sergey Kovalev does step up, to be fair. But Sergey Kovalev, he was moving up, though, wasn't he? Kovalev to cruiserweight. He's had most of his fights at heavyweight, hasn't he? Sergey Kovalev, so there isn't a stooge there for him. But I don't want to see Sergey Kovalev in a win and then now. I think Sergey Kovalev's time's done. He's been a great fighter, been a great warrior, Sergey Kovalev, but this should be his last fight, in my opinion. But credit to Robin Safar, a good name to have on his resume, a good win to have on his resume. So elsewhere, obviously after the Fury Usyk card, we saw quite an upset. Well, a slight upset. I would say it's a slight upset because let's be real. But yes, for real, Dennis Benichuk pulls off the upset over Emmanuel Navarete. Navarete in San Diego to win the WBO lightweight title, which was obviously vacant, of course, by Devin Haney, of course. And Benichuk, for me, won that fight easy. For me, I thought he won that fight easy. These Ukrainians, man, they know how to win. They know how to win and comfort you as well. The scorecards were 115 to 113, 116 to 112, 116 to 112. I had it 116. I had it more at the 116 to 112 mark. I thought it was a dominant victory from Benichuk, in my opinion. And this was Emmanuel Navarete's first fight stepping up to lightweight. And I think it showed, in my opinion. And yes, we're real now. Navarrete's not been great in his last 3 fights before this fight. He was quite lucky, then seeing Wilson. He was in a 50-50 fight with Oscar Valdez. And then he threw, and he threw with Robson. He threw with Robson Tonseitao as well. So it's not been great last 3 fights for Navarete coming into this fight, and now he's picked up a defeat to Benichuk. So that's 4 fights now where I looked at Navarete and think to myself, I don't really see the hype. Honestly, I really don't see the hype. So maybe Navarete was being overrated, in my opinion. So, but Benichuk, well-deserved win for him. WBO lightweight title now. What next for him? I can really see the fight with William Sabeda happening. I think it'd be Benichuk versus William Sabeda next. I know William Sabeda is mandatory to go to Tank Davis, and Who's the other one? Who's the other one that he's mandatory to? I've forgotten now. Yeah, Lomachenko, that's the one, isn't it? Who Sabeda is mandatory to as well. And for me, I can really see them making Belichick versus Sabeda fight, in my opinion. And I think that's a good fight. I really do think that's a good fight. Sabeda is one dangerous fighter, though. He is one dangerous fighter. And I would love to see that fight for me. Belichick versus William Sabeda, in my opinion. I think that's a great fight to have, in my opinion. I think that will be the fight next because I just think Sabeda's going to be waiting around for Tant and Lomachenko, so he just may as well go up against Belichick, in my opinion. So that's my opinion. But a great boxing performance, a great boxing performance from Belichick, who for me won that fight comfortably against Navarete, in my opinion. And finally, the final fight we're going to talk about before I go in this boxing review, Brian Norman Jr. on the same time as Navarete, knocking out Giovanni Santillon in round 10 to win the WBO interim welterweight title. Which obviously I went for I think I went for Santillon to get knocked out, to be fair. I think I went for Santillon to get knocked out. Can't remember. But I did say Santillon would win it yet by a yet stoppage. I think I said. I think it was round 7 to 10 that I said. And but Brian Norman Jr. for me was the better fighter, the better boxer and the better fighter, and deservedly won the fight and stopped Giovanni in round 10. Beautiful stoppage by Brian Norman Jr. as well, and to win the WBO interim welterweight title versus again who's that held by? It's held by Terence Crawford, isn't it? The WBO welterweight title is held by Terence Crawford. So he's got a chance now, playing Norman Jr. to be probably a world champion because Terence Crawford's going to be stepping up to super welterweight to fight Madrimov. Obviously, I think it's in order this time. And you would think Terence Crawford will vacate all of his belts. And surely that would upgrade Brian Norman Jr. as the WBO welterweight champion. But we'll wait and see. So, but anyways, but this boxing review for me belongs to one man and one man only. Oleksandr Usyk, becoming the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Finally, in the heavyweight division, we finally get to see who is the best heavyweight in the world, and that is Oleksandr Usyk. And it's a win for boxing for me. A true, proper fighting man in Oleksandr Usyk. So, feel free to take your thoughts down below on all the fights down below in the comments. That is my boxing review. Take care, stay safe, see you later. And the boxing review belongs to Oleksandr Usyk, who becomes undisputed heavyweight champion of the world by comfortably beating Tyson Fury.